This is Craig Stewart's RaceWorks in San Diego, California. Their off-road luxury pre-runners are the best in the world. The latest is being built for the TSCO race team of Gary and Mark Weyhrich, the world's first Ford Raptor Luxury pre-runner. In a matter of months, this pre-runner will be complete, heading out for its maiden voyage in one of the most rigorous places on the face of the globe, Baja California, Mexico, at the Tecate Score Baja 1000.
I have a good friend who has friends in the junkyard business, and he goes around a bunch of different junkyards and finds us the best deal.
So I guess this is the beginning of the process. It's a 2009, I believe, Ford F-150. Basically, all we do is just gut everything, front, back, all the interior parts, wiring, so it's just an empty shell. And then from here, we'll start cutting out the sheet metal. We'll basically make it just a three-sided cab, so it'll have the sides of the doors, the roof, and the other side with both window frames. And then when we're done, we'll just set it on top of our chassis.
You got to figure that every single part that's in the drawing has been hand drawn, so you can't even start designing your car on the computer until you have your transmission drawn, your hubs drawn, your shocks drawn, every single part, every heim joint. Otherwise, this means nothing.
The only thing that's going to
do is nearly every night at my house, I take a part home and start drawing it. So I mean, we have seats and steering columns and every part. So you kind of build a whole inventory, and then it's quite a bit easier to draw them quick.
Well, today we're taking a pile of parts that we got back from laser cutting, and we are going to make the lower bulkhead, rear bulkhead, and skid assembly, so we can put it on our fixture and start placing tubes from there.
Well, we've really turned this into like a modular build. We've designed this whole fixture that'll come in and out of the chassis. That way it locates every cross tube, and it's literally no room for error. So everything's going to fit perfect. We literally have laser cut skid plates and tabs, and they're going to fit on perfectly.
From there, we'll lay it all out. We'll label our parts, put it in batches like bulkhead, front, rear, skid assembly, and anything else that we get cut. And then we use our fixture table here, put it together before it goes onto the fixture.
The first Stewart's RaceWorks Ford Raptor Luxury pre-runner will end up with Gary Weyhrich, one of two brothers who are the core of the TSCO racing team. For guys this passionate, off-road racing is a disease without a cure. They run the most brutal terrain on the face of the planet day in and day out. Over time, pros like the Weyrichs end up here, at a place like this, with craftsmen like these. Every part, every cut, every weld. If you have any hope of it coming together in the end, everything has to be thought about in the beginning.
The cost is going to go down tremendously because we're now working with a company called R&I, and they're going to laser cut and bend all the parts for us where we used to do it by hand and basically eliminate any errors.
Craig supplied the entire assembly, basically, so there was minimal work on our end as far as drawing anything. This is the tube work that we will be lasering on the trucks, and has all the notching for all the individual tubes. I mean, even if it's, say this is the part, you just set it on and using light, it detects the part, and within just a couple thousandths will detect that part. You can mount it on a tripod and set it up in a shop and set up measurement magnets and dots around a car and walk around a car and do a complete body panel on a car with a full laser head scan. It's direct import to a 3D model. We have our own quite a few little tricks that we like to do to make it easy on us and make the parts right. That I've seen at some other shops and some stuff that I haven't seen that we try and keep partially hush hush.
Experienced and successful off-road race teams all agree, pre-running a race course is everything and can make the difference between a win and a loss, or even life and death. They'll run the course over and over and over, marking every curve, every rough spot, every detail of the entire distance. So when race day does come, they're ready. These guys may not look like it, but they're making history. A pile of cut metal will be molded and formed into the beginning. Basic shapes and structures for the rear end, front end, and chassis. Taking Ford Motor Company's newest and most exciting vehicle, tearing it down to its foundation, and pioneering the first of its kind, a fully caged Ford Raptor Luxury pre-runner. But for now, it's content to be what it is, just a shell, sitting in a shop in sunny Santee, California, waiting patiently to explore the Baja Desert.